What? Hello guys, and welcome back to another Simple Joe video. Your boy's back with your boy, Luke Hawks. Yes guys, we are in his car, finally. We've been waiting to do these videos for absolute ages, haven't we?
Buzzing.
Feels like literally, and honestly guys, coming up on this channel, like, we've got Christmas karaoke in the car. Yes. That will be happening. We'll be driving to places, maybe B&Ms, maybe doing vlogs, maybe doing all stuff like that, and challenges and all, you know, guys, as well, pranks as well, guys. So it's all going to be happening. You're going to see a lot of him probably literally before the end of the year on my YouTube channel, which is cool. Apologies about this little bit of a glare, I think it's just coming through the window. But, you know, we've got to make do sometimes, you know, when it's YouTube, you just got to make do, ain't you? But yes, guys, we know what we want to talk about today. The biggest boxing event. Is it ever, would you say? Would you say ever?
Yeah, I would say
in
so,
terms
yeah.
of probably numbers, one of the biggest. I know you've had some amazing, you know, whatever, in the past, I don't know much about boxing, but in the past you've had loads of amazing ones. But in terms of actually views and actually YouTube content, it is the biggest ever boxing event ever. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely insane. But yes, guys, we saw that KSI versus Logan Paul was, I mean, this morning, last night, we want to say more this morning, was it? Yeah, it was this morning, 4 a.m. And my brother ended up staying up and watching it all live.
3 a.m. to watch it.
3 a.m. Yeah, 3 a.m. and watching it all the way till the end. I watched in the morning. I managed to not see who won until I watched the whole fight because I wanted that. But first, we're going to start off. So we're talking about the build-up to it. Like, what would they like just before they were entering the ring? Would you say? Because we saw a lot of Logan Paul doing all this, standing up, and people were saying, was that a little bit too confident?
I think Logan seemed quite nervous.
When
you saw them in the changing rooms, he seems really like.
Yeah, he was down. He was kind of acting.
I know he said he was ill, but. Yeah. How much is that just...
It's kind of like, do you think sometimes, like, with Logan Paul, at the start, when he was winning, he was acting too confident in terms of, like, he was nervous?
Yeah.
Like, because he was confident and nervous, but, you know, KSI was thinking more...
He was being the same all the way through.
That's what I mean. And that's why, and then you saw him come out, and then it's the start of the fight. So, we all know, guys, as well, KSI did win, which we'll go on that about later. But, obviously, the first round, so it started off, and to be honest, I was expecting Logan Paul to do a little bit more in the first 30 rounds.
Holding up. I know he did say he was ill.
Yeah, but
whether that was...
He didn't really do a lot. It was more just Logan...
He was saying KSI.
Yeah, because we know last year, you know, Logan Paul went straight out, didn't he? Yeah. He went full out. First 2 rounds, he was knackered, but he won them 2 rounds. This time, he seemed to take it back a little bit.
It's a bit like when KSI fought Joe Weller.
Yeah.
Joe Weller was a bit like, didn't go in.
Yeah, didn't go wrong. You know, you saw the first few rounds, you know, first, second and third, and it looked like, to be fair, Logan Paul was, in terms of probably the better boxer, in terms of the stance and the position, but when he came to actually fighting, he didn't do anything. No. He was just jabbing. He was just jabbing a few times.
There's no hands. It was just
no, exactly.
jabs.
But KSI, yes, he's a little bit crazy at times, but he's landing the hits. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but KSI's more technical. Like,
technical, yeah, that's what I mean. He was like, okay, Logan Paul's not doing much. He's going back and forward. He was more defensive, and KSI, let's just go for it because he can last it. Do you know what I mean? He can last it. And then obviously we saw he got that big hit on Logan. They assumed it was a slip by Logan. What was your thoughts?
That was a knockdown by KSI.
It did. You see the replay when I know it was getting a bit wild, but then he went bang, and then he slipped down.
That wasn't a slip.
It was it?
It was a knockdown.
That was definitely a knockdown. Yes, it might have been a teeny bit of a slip as he got knocked down, but it was still a hit. But that apparently got ruled out anyway. Yeah, no. That got ruled out, so that didn't count, and I thought that was the big KSI point. Well, okay, that really got him to win the fight. But then the rounds obviously went on a bit more, and we all know the big moment was when obviously Logan Paul uppercutted KSI. And to be fair, out of the whole match, that was probably the best moment in terms of hit-wise. Yeah, wasn't it? That was the best. You know, it was close, and then uppercut right into his face, but then obviously he destroyed himself, really, didn't he? Yeah. By hitting him in the back of the head.
But then that made KSI all like dizzy, didn't it?
Dizzy, yeah. Because at first I thought, oh, it wasn't the uppercut that made, and everyone was saying, oh, the uppercut made him dizzy. It was the back of the head. You know what I mean?
No, because he was there first, and all of a sudden he got
bang
straight in the head.
Yes, he got knocked, and he was raw, but he was all right until it bang got the head. And obviously we know he lost 2 points from that, which is a massive difference. And everyone's saying, you know, what made him lose the fight? You know.
No, but even if he did get those 2 points, it would have been a draw, I reckon.
Yeah,
they were both equal fights.
It was.
Just KSI edges.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, but even with that in place and say he didn't get the 2 points, I still think KSI did fight better overall.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the rounds, it was only really that round he did any good.
Yeah, because he soon got back, didn't he?
Yeah, because the next couple of rounds, okay, don't get me wrong, was it round 4 that happened? Round 4 or 5, wasn't it?
3 or 4.
Yeah, then uppercut, and then after that, I think KSI took about 1 round just to get into it again, and then round 6 he won it again. Do you know what I mean? He won that round. Logan Paul he never wanted to hit his right hand for some reason. It was like for some reason He did it about 2 times, was it?
Yeah,
for his right. Like,
Like,
I understand you got technique. Like, don't get me wrong, his position and posture, I generally thought was better than KSI's in this fight. I thought he was very, guarded and like a professional boxer would. But he just didn't do anything, really. He did a few jabs, but it was like, what was he doing? And yes, we saw after the fight that he said he was ill and he was only fighting 60% and he didn't have
how
much
much of that was an excuse?
Exactly, and how he was sneezing. Like, no disrespect, mate, it's the biggest fight of your life.
Threw it weird out on the day all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah, and
that just kind of shows you're nervous.
Exactly.
He was fine the other days before.
100%, and he said 3 days before he was ill. Yet in the press conference, he never said he was ill.
Exactly.
Oh, and he built it. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm a bit ill." You never saw that. Yes, I thought he was a little bit nervous in the press conference, but he never said he was ill. Do you know what I mean? And
probably the nerves that made him like that.
Exactly. He was saying, "I'm not feeling 100%." It's because you're nervous.
Yeah.
I think you could tell on his face. Yes, he walked into the ring when he started fighting. He just kind of like not shriveled up type of thing, but he just didn't. It didn't like do what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
We've saw the practices and we've seen him. And what I've seen, I know you may disagree, but I feel like Logan Paul has been better before in the practices. I thought building up to it, Logan Paul was going to destroy KSI. I know I said KSI was going to win if it lasts longer, but I thought Logan Paul was going to do more.
Yeah, because you can say all these things, but you need to be able to
exactly. You need to back it. Exactly, improve it. And and it makes me laugh. Before all this, KSI was going, "Oh yeah, we'll fight. I want to fight Anthony Joshua. I want to fight Conor McGregor. I want to go MMA." And now after the fight, he says, "I think for me, boxing's checked off my list."
I think for both of them, I can't see them both. I think it's kind of the end of YouTube boxing.
Do you? I don't know.
Looking at True Geordie's podcast, it seems like, I don't know.
You think it's over, but then we look at thingies. We look at Joella and Johnny Nelson. They might be training each other, so Joella's going to be in another fight. And then we heard Eddie Hearn say about 7 celebrities, or 6 want to fight the winner of the fight.
Because otherwise, boxing just going to go. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Not
because,
taken serious.
Yeah, you want to take serious because yes, we look at KSI took it seriously. Logan Paul not so much, but in the fight, I feel Logan Paul had fight more like a boxer than KSI did. So you got that balance, but you got to be honest, and you don't want to be able. Well, yes, it's amazing what they're doing, brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
But was it boxer's standard?
No, like you can tell the difference between boxers.
You can. You look at the one before, Billy Joe Saunders.
You can tell. Look at the connections. They're constantly getting on targets.
The 1-2s all the time, and they're always moving. They're not. It was a lot of the time where the KSI and Logan Paul, they didn't really do much. They were just standing next to each other. Where you look at Billy Joe Saunders and the other dudes, they were actually full on going for, and then the knockouts as well. They were actually doing more in the actual fight than KSI and Logan Paul were all together. And I think you can tell that 100%. And, even the audience, people have been saying that, and even True Geordie and other podcasts, they were saying you can tell they're not 100% boxers.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I think they've done amazing what they've done, but you look at compared to last year, have they improved that much? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like they've improved a little bit, but not as much as everyone thought.
Yeah.
You've had a year to train. Have they done enough to show their professional boxers? We saw on the train that I generally thought it would have been a better fight. It was a really entertaining fight, wasn't it?
It wasn't much like.
But there wasn't a lot, for all the trash talk and all that, which we know was just bans, obviously. It wasn't a lot to the fight.
There's only really 2 major things that happened, like when Logan went down and KSI.
That's what I mean, them 2 major things, and then all it was is a few jabs and punch and hooks and type of thing. It weren't a lot to it, which I thought there was going to be more, especially them being training so long. I don't know if sometimes the training got too much for them in terms of they've been doing all this, and then they kind of sat back a bit type of thing. It's like, okay, who's going to punch first? We're waiting for I feel like it was a competition of who's going to get tired first. I feel like who's going to get tired third? Oh, is KSI going to get tired third? Is Logan Paul going to get tired first? And then obviously, as we saw, I would probably say KSI probably did run out a little bit of energy at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, but he still managed to.
But Logan Paul wouldn't do anything, And Eddie Hearn said, why did Logan Paul not, once he got the uppercut, wait and then finish him off? And I've got to be honest, Logan Paul would have won the fight if he didn't hit him in the back. That lost the whole game for him. And then the 5th round and 6th round, or whenever after that, he just didn't do anything. He just stood back. And KSI recovered, which I feel was fair from the ref. Some people disagree with how long they gave him, but it was only fair.
But when it's
disadvantage,
like that,
you can't. They've said it before, and Logan Paul saying, "Oh, I didn't get a warning. I didn't get a warning." What
you did in the changing rooms, he says you can't do that.
Exactly. So. There's one at the start of the changing room. So I think a little bit for Logan Paul, it was excuses. I think it was a little bit shocked maybe by the result. I think he thought he would have been quite confident. I think he knew KSI was a fighter, but I don't think he knew he was going to do that.
No.
I feel like Logan Paul was going to go in, KSI was maybe going to burn out, and then Logan Paul had some few hits, but for some reason he just couldn't punch. It jabs but to couldn't punch, which it's just one of them things. But what do you think is next for Logan Paul and KSI now? When you look at all of it, what do you think next for them both?
I don't know if I can see any of them fight. I don't know.
Do you know, I feel like Logan Paul's going to take a bit of a break from the fighting industry. I feel like he's going to focus on doing the YouTube a lot more, the podcast. I don't get me wrong, I think he will return, but maybe MMA or something.
Yeah.
What about KSI fight? Do you think there's going to be another person? Because he said if it's the right person, he will fight.
It's a tough one, because who would fight KSI? That's going to make it big.
It's celebrity. That's what I mean. You need someone with the same prestige, someone in the same industry.
You can't get any better than KSI and Logan.
That's what I mean in terms of creative. It's like you have to get in the film industry then. Yeah. You've got people to film, but who's going to be the match?
Either then, it's still not going to be the same.
It is, yeah. That's what I mean. Because you're not the half YouTube. You've not got the American first UK type of fight, which is amazing. Unless you do get an American actor, but it is going to be hard to find. But we know we've got Jay Paul and Elise and Gibb. Hopefully, fingers crossed, happening. Which I do believe in December it might be happening. I've not heard a lot of talk about that recently though, so it's going to be interesting, honestly. But I think the presenters as well did an amazing job in Sky Sports. Joella, Elise and Gibb, and Bazinga. Honestly, I think they really did. Joella, for me, is really into his boxing, and I hope he just get back in the ring and prove a point that he lost against KSI, but he can actually beat someone, because I think he can. I really think he can. It's going to be interesting, but I think for both of them, I think they'll just take a bit of a break now from it all. Settle down, talk about the fight for a little bit. And it's going to be interesting what they do. But like True Jordy was saying, I think the only way there would be a rematch, but even though KSI said it's done and dusted, if there was, it's if there were cage involved. I don't think it could be another boxing fight now or anything. I feel like for the next high thing, it's got to be, the MMA or something different.
To the next level.
Next level, we had it first with Joe Allen, then he got up a stage to Manchester, and then he got up stage again with Eddie Earn being involved in the Zone and Sky Sports and all that. So now you need to push that next boundaries. Otherwise, are people just going to find this boring a little bit? Because, yes, they're good fighters, but if this is going to be the same, they're going to be the same again, really. It's not going to be much different.
Do something different.
And I want to bring up Logan Paul saying 9 out of 10, he would win MKSI, which actually mathematically wrong, because he said he's already drawn and he's lost. So that doesn't work out. It'll be 8 out of 10 chances. So that was just a load of bit of garbage, wasn't it?
It doesn't make sense for us.
It didn't really make sense at all. I feel like KSI did deserve to win that fight. I generally thought, if you look at the whole fight, he was better. Give or take that on the uppercut, I think he was. Logan Paul literally was static. Even if it was ill or not, you can't put on the blame. You lost fair and square, and it was nice to see him shake hands at the end. They both respect each other as creators. They know they're doing this for the publicity. Well, I'm not really publicity. They've already got enough publicity, but they're just doing this for entertainment and
who's the best of them.
And who the best of the best type of thing. And KSI came on top. For you Logan Paul fans, you probably hate hearing that, and I know what I'm saying for you guys. You're saying, but he'll be back. He'll be probably fighting, and honestly, the way Logan, no, exactly,
he'll still be around,
and the way Logan Paul reacts, I think is amazing as well. He kind of took on the chin, and I think he'll be alright. I think he'll bounce back, and he's, like I said, he didn't feel like a loss, and maybe not so because he didn't get knocked out or so. But I think he'll be alright for him. I think he's acted better than before. Yes, there may be a few excuses, but he's done quite well. Where KSI, I'm looking forward to what comes next with him 100%. But yes, bro, thank you for joining in today, guys. Feel free to check this channel out. Uploaded quite a lot as well. Luke Hawks music as well, and thank you for joining today, guys. If you're new to the channel, press the red button and become a citizen, guys. I've got so much videos coming. I've got a Halloween one still to come out. And finally, it's only been 2 weeks, so that's going to be cool. And we've got some other cool content. And feel free to check on TikTok as well, guys. And my brother will be on there as well. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be chilled. And I'll see you in another video in a bit. Peace out.